Well, this sticker is dangerous and inconvenient, but I sure do love Miles of Mayhem.
Perfect.
As you can see, I haven't left my driveway, and the mayhem is already beginning. For some reason, I've lost my left signal. It's not the flasher because the right's still flashing, and my cluster's lit up like both of them are on solid, but they're not. So I think I've got either a short or something going on underneath the dash I got to dive into, and hopefully that's our issue for Miles of Mayhem. So I'll get to figuring that out. I'm waiting on Brett and Josh to show up in their car right now, and then we're going to take off for Saskatoon. So hopefully this goes well and quickly. I've got a couple of things left to pack, but basically ready to go short of that. So I better get wrenching so we can take off. All right, well, we're still here, and Mayhem's getting bigger. I got a TIG this for Chris, Norm, and I've got no brake lights as well as no left signal light. But I have 4-ways and right signal lights, so explain that one to me. Well, laid some awful TIG welds down and got that fixed. So now we just got to figure out my wiring, and maybe we can hit the road. Got the wiring issue figured out. I don't really want to talk about it, but I suppose I have to. You know, whole YouTube thing and whatnot. Back bulb, bad connection, a little loose. After we tore the wiring out, poking wires and trying to figure things, whatever. Well, not even a burnt out bulb, just bad connection. So pulled the lens off the taillight, wiggled the connection, away it works. So gonna button everything back together, reload all my tools. Brett should be here any minute, and then we can take off for Miles of Mayhem. Are we mayhemming already?
We are unsure at this point.
Oh no.
We're thinking about it.
What's happening?
Just throwing like 16 volts at sometimes.
Oh.
Spicy.
Yeah.
When the heat system is right next to the electrical system, that is ideal. That's where you want those, right next to each other. Right?
That's what I hear. Alternators like heat.
They love them. Big fans.
Yeah, huge fans. All right, well, you might not believe it, but that's our hotel, and the sun's still up, so that's weird. I'm not sure I've ever seen one of these in the daylight before, at least on Miles of Mayhem, but we're here. So we had a couple of issues. Brett's car was kind of overheating, and the alternator's getting too hot, so it was spiking 15, 16 volts. So we just raised the hood pins a bit, allowed that little bit of a gap so it let some air in, and that kept things cool. So other than that, it was actually a smooth drive. So tomorrow is the inaugural day 0, if you will, the test and tune for Miles of Mayhem 2024. So we're gonna find some supper, hang out in the parking lot a little bit, and we'll see you in the morning for the start of Miles of Mayhem. And we're back. It's a new day here. The first day, day 0, if you will, the test and tune for Miles of Mayhem 2024. And looks like it's going to be a nice day. It's a little bit smoky. There's some more fires up north. Obviously, seems to be the norm here in Canada, but we'll get through it. There's some cool cars in the parking lot already. Expecting a lot more guys to show up today. So yeah, I'm going to take this thing to the car wash, get it cleaned up, and then we'll hit the track. See you there. Well, we didn't quite make it to the track this morning. What do we got going on, Brett?
That phantom radiator hose. Not the one that's easily accessible.
Yeah, so that hose down there, leaking, popping off. So I'm gonna run to the parts store, see if I can't find him something to make this work. Well, we found some clamps and a hose.
Why is this always me?
That's better than you and me, bud.
Yeah, I guess so.
So yeah, hopefully that'll work. I'm gonna modify it a little bit, but we should be back on the road shortly. Throw some water in it.
Let's do this again. You see, I knew this was gonna happen. That's why I brought 3 jugs. Thinking, man.
Yeah, I didn't bring any fluids.
I was like, future Brett's gonna fuck this up. You're gonna need all 3 of these jugs.
But whatever, problem solved now with a proper rubber hose. We're not trying to win the car show.
Some of us are.
Yeah.
Some of us are.
Thank you guys for coming out and making Miles of Mayhem 2024 happen. Thank you.
that's got my first test pass done. And if you play the video back, look real carefully and slow it down, you can actually see light under the front tires. So the 40 picked the front end up, which is pretty wild for a 84-year-old machine with a small block in it. But yeah, with the extra weight, obviously things slowed down a bit. I had a 1.7 60 foot 492 to the 330, 765 to the 8th at 88.8 miles an hour. So a little bit slower, a little bit off the average, but that's kind of expected with an extra 300 pounds in there. So yeah, I'm definitely happy with that. So there's my second test pass. I kind of goofed on that one a little bit. I let my foot off the brake, but I forgot to take my finger off the two-step. So it rolled forward and broke the beans, but I'm still sitting there on the two-step. So it ran quite a bit slower. 1.9 60 foot, 5.2 to 330, 8.0 to the 8th at 88. So it was just me goofing at the line that kind of screwed that up. But regardless, I don't want to beat on this thing all day. As I stated in my last video, the goal is one and done. So I'm going to pack this thing up. We're going to head out, get some supper, head to the hotel, meet up with everybody there. That's the end of the test and tune for me. I'm going to end this video there. Appreciate you guys stopping by the channel. Be sure to stick around because I'm going to be uploading a video every single day for Miles of Mayhem, so you guys can keep up with all the action, the mayhem, everything that's going on. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. So like I said, appreciate you guys stopping by the channel. I'm Ryan, 780 Speed and Custom, tuning out.